Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So I want to make this video because something in me feels to talk about this. I'm in Sydney Circular Quay, specifically near Harbour Bridge, which is a bit illuminated this night. I don't know why, but it's very nice. And also, yeah, I think it's gonna be a big event here, so yeah. Anyway, I just want the type of walk and talk video while showing you the view. So guys, it's not like official, but I just want to say that this year in general marks 10 years since I'm living in Australia. So 10 years ago, specifically on March 11, 2016, I came here in Australia. My first time ever from my country, Romania, because originally I'm from Romania. But I came here in Australia because I really like the place here. I really like the view here. I wanted to have a new life, start a new fresh, seeing new faces, and have a beautiful experience. So yeah, 2016, the first year when I came here in Australia on March 11. So I wanted to make the video on March, but see that it's not really much needed because I want to talk more about in this video. And I just noticed that if I make a little bit of let's say a conclusion or a short view, let's say a short view of things from what I see back then to what I see now, Australia, I can say that I can recognize the times where I was back then and the times where I live now. Things changed. Things definitely changed. In a way, Australia is like back then. I remember was a time when things were more genuine, were more interesting to see, was more like something curious, something out of the door. I remember when I was in English class, when I studied English, it was really nice. I thought that I was a really good in English, and it was a beautiful experience to see the new people joining the class. It was a genuine connection. It was a genuine attraction. And back then didn't exist like, people nowadays like using dating apps or using any sort of online interactions. Back then, even though it was 2016, was at the peak of the technology, was at the peak of things starting to appear, people still have this type of focus on real connection, genuine connection back then. And I remember I was at TAFE. I don't know if you guys know TAFE, but some of the people locally here or in Australia knows TAFE. It's an institution same like college, which people go study English, study any sort of qualification program to find a job, find a good job. It can be hospitality, it can be if you want to be a chef in a restaurant. I did once, was a great experience. And some sort of teaching like English and history about Australia was fantastic. I had a great time back then. And from there I managed, this was before COVID, so we're talking about 2016 and even 2017, but 2016 I think was the year when it was a memorable year for me in Australia, because I got to make some friends back then. I had some couple of friends in school in TAFE, and also my first love happening, which was someone from Philippines came in that class, and we just met like randomly. Didn't exist any dating apps, nothing. We just met like organically, like she was there, I was there, and we click instantly, without any expectation, without anything planned. So yeah, that was life back then, guys. It was a genuine connection. It was like people still went outside, still feel the need to talk, even though we had smartphones, even though we had things like that. People still went and still focusing on real connection and genuine things, genuine attraction. So in my opinion, and also that back then, first time I started my first ever YouTube channel, even though it was in testing, but was a beta, like a beta channel. If to understand, imagine a game where it's not released, before released. So it's just like in a beta stage. That is what my channel was all about, was in a beta test. Like I created on, off. Back then I used to post college of photos together, editing and with music, showing my country, showing about Romania and many other things that but it was just like college. It was not like this, me talking. And yeah, that's why I was on off, because I found out that even though I didn't give a damn about copyright, but I thought that was kind of serious, so I just give up on that idea. So yeah, I decided to start it on my own. But yeah, things were still, because I don't know about Australia much, like before 2016, but I believe and I think that in 2016 Australia was a very nice place to live up until 2019. And I believe, guys, that since COVID came, everything went to beep beep. I don't want to say the word. Everything went in a beep beep state. Like so many things happened which was out of control. COVID came, people staying indoors, and ironically even me, I lost a lot of friends after COVID. I had some bunch of friends here, but back then I was staying in a province area in Sydney. I was not living in I was staying in a province area in Australia. I was not living in Sydney officially back then. I moved in Sydney, ironically, in 2019, just a little bit before COVID. And I didn't know that COVID came and messed up everything. I believe, in my genuine opinion, I believe that times changed, drastically changed, since this beep virus came, you know. It was a mess, like everything locked down back then. I remember I was forced. I ironically, I can say, I can argue about that, because I was a victim of this beep virus. I can say, you know, even though I didn't say much, but I want to say, because, you know, we have freedom to say anything. Back then I was working in security officer, and I did a lot of money. I earned a lot of money back then. It was a good job. And since COVID hit, I was forced to vaccinate. I was forced to take 3 vaccines in me, which was kind of, you know, was kind of bad, because I didn't know, everyone didn't know that this virus, it's like a scam. But I had to, because in order to not lose my job, I had to vaccinate like 3 vaccines in me, if you can imagine this. 3 vaccines, like first 2 and the second was sort of booster. I don't know, that's the name. And even if this makes things like worse, I even back then, so after I took this beep virus vaccines, I remember I was even fined, wrongfully fined, for just walking in the street. Like fined, you know, many people, I think, was fined back then $1,000 for just walking in the street. Yeah, it was crazy. But anyway, I managed to take back those fine and just refund it, because it was nonsense. And yeah, just to give you a quick view, because I didn't told anyone about this, but I think it's time to tell, because, you know, I think it's common. Many people, I think, have the same experience, you know, like forcefully took the job to stay in a job. But anyway, that's like a side note. The main thing for this video is not this subject. Just want to say in view, guys, like times changed, same like in this title of this video. Times drastically changed, and not for good, and I think for the worse, because, you know, look at the world, guys. Even though I feel like I want to be positive, but I can't stand the fact to just like you know, like saying like, look at this, like, you can't find a good woman in your life, you know, you can't find, you know, even though you're still hoping. But I saw recently a article about dating apps. Many people use dating apps now to just, for what? To hook up. Like, but ironically, I can say that I use dating apps, I think, for the past few months, and yeah, just nothing, just boring. Like, you sign up for an app, for this dating app, very lucky to find a girl to actually stick to you, actually appreciates you. Now, you know what they're saying, like everybody there, like not everybody, no, not everybody. Some of the girls, maybe some girls are good, but very rare to find. But some of the girls you maybe encounter there, like, have you ever like have an experience like you find a girl, you talk to her, and then when you go out on a date, she said like no, you eat together, it's like looking for a free meal, and then that's it, you never hear from her again. That's pretty much usually what happens to me all the time, and I want to say this because this is because it didn't happen for one time, 2 times, probably even 10 times in a row, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's just like you have to stick around, you have to cope with yourself. Just be true to yourself, because this is the world we live in today. We cannot change. We don't have the power to change. We just analyze, we just sharing. It's good to share. It's good to share some thoughts, because it's natural to have a rant, saying what you think, and just be yourself, right? Just be yourself in a natural way of thoughts. So yeah, this is usually the subject for this video. Times changed. Times definitely changed. This is what I feel it. At least me, this is what I feel, because I was doing a retrospective, if I can say so, about my life. 10 years, a decade since I live here in Australia. And I tell you, I met some Aussie guys back then. I think I was in a church or something, and it was really great. I had a great experience. People were more open to each other, more easy to each other, more reflective on life, more matured, I can say. But now it feels like today it's just like being in Australia. I feel like, I don't know, like people are just like no joy, doesn't have any color in their life. I mean, no exciting things. Yeah, you can go, you can search an event, social event, but then you go there, you talk, and then maybe you get a phone number or 2, and then just like after that, down the line, you get ghosted eventually, which is a bit numb. But anyway, that's my take, that's my opinion. Everybody has the right to say their opinions, so feel free to say anything in the comment without judging, of course, just saying absolutely what you feel about this subject, and we can have a conversation and we can talk about it. So yeah, this is what I feel, and I know I'm a guy who, even though says what he feels, is also thinking for a solution. Well, the solution right now is just, what can I say, just like trusting yourself and waiting for the right time, because today's times, it's a bit kind of messed up. This is what I feel, guys. I don't want to lie, I'm just telling you what I feel. But yeah, Sydney is still an amazing city, an amazing place to live in. and I want to live here forever, because this city, it's for me, it's magnificent. It's very magnificent. I love it here. I love Sydney, but you know, being here for like 6-7 years, as I said in my previous video, if you watch it, dating feels meaningless. You can watch it. But being here in Sydney for like 7 years, I still wondering myself. Okay, girls, girls hard to reach, but I can wonder even a guy friend, like a friend or a mate, to introduce me to someone, a girl. Not even a friend, guys. Not even a friend I have here, and I'm just starting to ask questions. Start to ask questions about what the beep is happening. What is happening? I don't know. That's just my rant, but yeah, this is all I want to share. The times drastically changed from 10 years since I live here to now, 2016 to 2026. Let me know your opinion, guys. Just tell me in your words, in general, like, how do you feel Australia changed since 10 years ago, let's say, for you, from your own experience? And I would love to get some conversation with you as well in the comments, so let me know. That's it for now. Thank you very much, guys, for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.